Good morning, Tweedle. Hello, hello. Good morning, Macabre. Good morning, Deadwalk, Moon over Miami, Vengeance, Eccentric. Good morning, good morning. How are we this morning? Just doing a quick little pop out here for sweet. How are we doing? Hello, John of the Dead. Let me see who's all up in here while I was away getting coffee. Maeve, good morning. How are we, guys? How are we? Celtic, thank you so very much for re-sacrificing your soul to the cannibal tier over on YouTube for 37 months. Mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Damn, is this better rap? Oh, I heard about your rap. That sounds good. Yes, Deadwalk. How's everything looking over on Soup? This is our second coffee chat of horrors over on Soup. Hello, Sync. How are you? How is everybody? Don, good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Yeah. I'm excited for this coffee chat of horrors. We're going to be deep diving into French horror from 2003 called High Tension. Super excited because I like this movie. And it's some fuckery. Story plot holes and all that jazz, but it's still a good movie. We're going to be talking about that here soon. Oh, Celtic, you have a bat now. That is so adorable. Look at the bat. So Celtic has been a member over on YouTube for 37 months, and now she has opened the bat. It's adorable. And again, with the streak share errors. I'm sorry, Tweedle. I don't know why you get the errors over there. A couple of things I have. Look at this little guy. Hold on. It was enjoyable, and we'll deep dive into a little bit more, and I'll give you my review on what I thought of High Tension. But look at this cute little guy. He's a keychain. He's a keychain, or he can just stand there on a shelf. He has two options. A little Frankenstein monster. He's friggin' adorable. I am in love with this little Frankenstein. He kind of reminds me of the Frankenberry guy, right? Right? I like him. Well, he'll be up on my website this afternoon along with the bat. The bat is already up, and we've already made a few sales on our little bat here. We still haven't decided a name. I wasn't sure if we should call him Boris, but I'm almost going to be sold out of these guys. I can't believe how quick they were going. I like Frankenberry. Back in the day when I used to have it as a kid. I've got a 43-inch TV and an early Christmas present from my auntie, so I can put you on the big screen. I thank you very much, Celtic, for that. Thank you. Hi, Paul. Good morning or good afternoon. Yeah, isn't he adorable? And he moves. And when you stand him up, his head will cock to one side or the other. So he could be a keychain, or he can just be a little guy. He's going to be hanging out watching over my keyboard. Hello, Basement Cat. How are you? You're doing good. You're at work. Well, I hope work goes well for you, Moon over Miami. I hope everyone's doing pretty damn good. Yes, Evil is working. Evil is working, and so is Horny is also working over on Twitch. So if you guys want more engagement, Twitch is where it's at. However, if you just want to watch and chill and enjoy, Soup, YouTube, or X as well. Let me see what my evil is today. I've had yesterday was a rough day. I'm just gonna put it that way. Yeah, my evil. Look at my evil. That's about right. That is about right. Nice evil, Tweedle. Funnily enough, I'm on my phone and I'm simul streaming on YouTube, Soup, and Twitch. I don't know how it works, but it works. Tweedle, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. I do. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a great day at work. We're going to do our tarot card reading, and then we're going to... Hi, Golf Ghoulie. How are you? Good day. Good day. Oh, look at this little alligator as well. Look at that little guy. He's cute. I got a little alligator. I got a little Frankenstein's monster. I got my little bat. But I think we're going to name him Boris. What do you guys think? Do you think we should name him Boris? Does he look like a Boris? And he flies. I think Boris is a good name, right? Yeah, I think we're going to name him Boris. I like Boris. I think Boris is a good name. Basically, Macabre, Karloff, you know, my favorite. Did you? No, I have no basement cat. I don't really have time to myself. Let alone, yeah. No, I will though. I will. I've got to find the time. This weekend has been crazy. My eldest daughter and my grandbaby has moved back in with me because of the place that she was renting. The owner is selling it, and at this point in time, she can't find a place to live. So she's moved back in. I have been crazy busy, like crazy busy. Whereas Friday when I came home from work, I had to go and do a whole bunch of running around and shit like that, right? You can't text in YouTube though. That's weird, Tweedle. That's weird. Oh, if you're watching me over on YouTube, make sure you do live chat, guys. Live chat. Hello, Chloe. How are you? So I honestly haven't had much time to myself. And what in the ever living was that? Oh, Jarvis, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much over on YouTube. Maeve, nice evil, nice evil. So I have been super busy. I'm not going to lie. Super busy. I barely have time to get my hair done, which I still need to go get my hair done. I don't have time for that right now. I'm glad that they had you as a fallback. Yeah, golf goalie. Me too. Like, it's really rough here for rent. One bedroom inside of a house is like $800 to $1,000 a month, and that's just one bedroom inside of a house. So you're not getting like a basement apartment or anything. It's just a bedroom to rent inside of someone's house is anywhere from $800 to about $1,100 a month. If you want anything on its own, you're looking at about $15,000 to $2,000 for a one bedroom apartment. So she's not able to find anything within her budget. Thank you, Celtic. My hair needs to be done though. My hair needs to be done. No, not weird. I'm fine with that. YouTube on Xbox, I should have said it never. Oh, YouTube on Xbox. Yeah, I don't think it would have that option. I did get my folders straight for the podcast and other content. At least I got that done today. Good. What happened to the black and white setup you had? I was having some issues with the black and white setup, and now I'm doing some testing. So you're going to see some changes to CCOH, some subtle changes here and there. Did you like the black and white, Chloe? Well, you'll push Dr. West lights out if he starts shit again. There you go. I'll do it today after stream sometime. Oh, thought it was regular YouTube. No, it's YouTube on Xbox. Yeah, definitely. Let's go and do our tarot card reading, and we'll go from there. These companies are just getting greedy. Oh God, it's not even companies, Macabre. It's people that own these places, right? These are private dwellings. These are people that own these places that are renting them out now. We have so many people with all of the immigration that has happened over the last 2 years. We have so many people. We don't have enough housing. So the housing market is insane. So renters can put their rent up to whatever they want because they know there's very little housing. Trudeau is actually asking people with Airbnbs to start renting them out as long-term rentals. That's how bad our housing is here. You guys don't realize how bad it is here. It's really bad. If you have a place to live, be friggin' grateful for that, because it's very, very rare you're going to find a place to live at an affordable price. I watched a bunch of videos about how people are going homeless. Yeah, unfortunately here it's pretty bad. Our unemployment rate has rose to 6.8% nationwide. Yeah, it's not a good time here. Let's just put it to you that way. Thank you, Jamie. How are you? But I totally get it. Nothing better than feeling when you get, I'm growing my hair out on the sides, right? So normally I would shave my sides and I would faux hawk my hair, but I want to change. I've had that look for like 10 years. I want to change. So I'm letting the underside of my hair grow in. And then I like my hair jet black because it's blonde. And I like my hair jet black. And I don't mind my gray coming in because I love gray. So, but I need a haircut. I need a trim, all of that jazz. It does suck. You're doing the same thing with mine. It's such a mess. Yeah, right? I haven't had a chance. But Jamie, I hope you're doing good. I like both the black and white and also the antique scratch film look. Well, that was also on the black and white as well. But I'm doing some, I get bored with my look, physical look and stream look. So I change things up. I just can't help it. That is partially our provincial government not doing. They can't do anything, Basement Cat, when the federal government has brought in over 2 million people into this country that we can't afford to have. So it's federal, darling, federal, not provincial. Everything this year that sucks. I just got a recent letter from my insurance that I'll be needing to pay $5 as opposed to $1.25. Gosh, damn. No, it's actually my eyeglass holder. It holds my eyeglasses. You know the old lady chains? That's my old lady chain. I subscribe to Shudder horror app. It's cool. No commercials. Yeah, it's great. Shudder is awesome, and so is Tubi.tv. And there is a site called Scream TV, which I have started using. It's old school like television where, a movie is coming on at 5 p.m. It's not like Tubi where you can just watch it on VOD and it's just there anytime you want. This is more like scheduled TV. So at 5 o'clock, you're going to see like Descent. 11 o'clock, you're going to see something else, so forth and so on. Yeah, you like Scream TV? I'm glad you guys are liking Scream TV. The debt ceiling in US and Canada are insane. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, Gulf. They're completely insane. There's a lot of insane shit going on. And I don't talk politics, so I don't normally bring that stuff up. But I'm highly educated in both the federal and provincial government. Because you got to be informed. Knowledge is power. Right? Let's see what our tarot cards have to say for us. I'm not going to lie, other than the curse words being bleeped out, Screenbox TV isn't bad. Oh, of course. Of course. Thank you for the retweets over on Twitter for Coffee Chat of Horrors. I do greatly appreciate it. I think Scream TV has a channel on one of those streaming apps. Yes, there's another app. I can't remember what it's called at the moment, Deadwalk, but Distro TV is the app. So if you have a Fire Stick, you're able to get Distro TV, which has the Scream TV app on it. Yeah. I'm sorry you're not having a good time, Don. I'm sorry. Let's see what our tarot cards have to say. Let's see. Two of Earth. Oh my God, is this card gonna slap me in the face? Too much going on at once. And in my life, there's so much going on at once. The need to make a decision. Well, I don't have any decisions to make, but maybe you have some decisions to make. But on that note, come at it in a very playful way. When we're making decisions about finances, moving out, getting a new job, just bringing something new in, and we got to make that decision, coming at it in a more playful way may actually help you make that decision. There's a lot of decisions between last week and this weekend that we had to make. Well, some of you had to make, but there's a lot going on at once right now. It could feel overwhelming. Make sure you have a little bit of time to yourself, a little bit of time to and breathe, whether that's sitting in the shower or sitting in your car or whatever it is, wherever you can get that couple of minutes of you time. It's very important. Hello, Reaper darling. How are you? I saw it later today, thinking of checking it out. Definitely. You have Pluto TV. I have Distro TV. Yeah, on Distro TV, you'll have Scream TV. But we have more. Our next card is Justice, and this is going to tell you, it's a major arcana card. So this is something that's pretty big, pretty prevalent in your life right now. You do what you know is right. Okay. Whatever decision making you're doing, whatever things you're going to be doing into your life, whether it's upgrading, taking that next step, whatever it may be, do whatever you feel is right. It's important that you do what you feel is right, whether it's standing up for your beliefs or standing up for something that you want to be or who you want to be. Standing up for yourself is very important. And for some of you that are going through some legal decisions, there will be a fair and just decision in your favor. It will be fair and it will be just. So that will be helpful for you. But definitely, you know what's right. You know what you need to do. Go and do it. Do it with confidence. Stand up for who you are and what you want to be. The very next card is the Four of Fire. And this one here is, you know, once everything settles down, there's going to be a lot of peace, contentment, and abundance on everything in life, not just the prosperity, but abundance of happiness, abundance of love, a happy home life. Four of Fire really represents happiness on a lot of levels. It's also a successful time in completing a project that you've been working on, maybe a project that you've kind of been sitting on the last week or so, or last month, and you're just starting to get that energy and that ambition, that motivation to get back into it again. That fire is starting to burn. For a little bit, though, it was flickering, you know, flickering on and off, and then it's starting to get powerful, more stronger, and you're going to start doing things more. So this is a very, very good card. This is starting to sound like my second part of my new moon rune. Yep, there you go. There you go. Seven of Water is, again, with the decisions. For some of us, there's a couple of difficult, complex decisions. Before making that decision, always research your options. Come at these decisions in a more playful way. Stepping outside of the box, you know, like looking in from outside may help you come up with a decision that you have to make. This card is definitely saying stop procrastinating. The more you procrastinate on this decision, the longer you're going to feel anxious, the longer you're going to be stressing, the longer it's going to be on your shoulders. So make sure you take some time to actually go for it and do it, right? The universe never lies. No, the universe never lies. It never does. And our very last card, just to let you know, this is a fifth card. I usually just do four, but I felt compelled to pull a fifth card. This card is the Lovers. It's another major card, major arcana card. And it's basically saying, you know, carefully weigh in on your decisions. Start to embrace yourself as well. For some of us, there's an intimate relationship that's going to grow stronger. For others, it's becoming more aware of you, loving yourself more, coming into your own and bringing in your own love and self-esteem, which is very, very important in every aspect of our life. This is a good health card. For some of us that have been dealing with health issues, things are going to start getting a little better. Things are going to ease up on us. So that is your tarot card reading. I hope it did something for you, as it definitely, you know, slaps me in the face on a few levels. But yeah. Ooh, and it's almost time for Coffee Chat of Horrors, which I'm excited for. Monday night stream is going to be a little weird. We're going to be interviewing a game dev, checking out their demo, and then we're going to be playing other games. So I'm just going to figure to tell you guys, it's going to be a little weird. We're going to be interviewing a game dev from Don't Fret. We're going to check out the indie title. It's a horror title. We're going to check it out. It's in demo right now. There is no ETA on when it's going to be released, but we're going to be sitting down talking to them. And then we are going to play probably another indie horror title. I'd like to dive back into that Haunted Halloween game. I'd like to play that a little bit more. I hope that health card was directed at me. Well, the cards that I read are directed at everybody in general that are here hanging out, whether you're hanging out or not. It's there for positivity and guidance. Decisions have already been made, and now it's time to put the finishing touches on it. Awesome. Sorry, the young one is messaging me. The young one, she's trying to decide whether or not she wants to come back home for Christmas and visit. And I'm like, little one, you are pushing it a little too late here. Do you know the prices of airline tickets that are going to be? Jesus Christ. Oh, my Lord. I'm like, you don't want to travel Christmas Eve or Christmas Day because you know there are going to be delays. We know this. Anybody who ever travels is going to know this. I really love sour pickles. I like pickles. What's sour pickles? What's the difference between a dill pickle and sour pickle? Mischief Maker, good morning. How are you? Tell her to start walking, right? It's a 13-hour drive or an hour and 45 flight. All right. Thank you, Celtic. I appreciate it. Have a great day. You're doing okay? Right on. Oh, I'm liking this flavor of coffee today. The sour has more vinegar than dills. Oh, okay. Cool. I like Sweet pickles. So this is a dark roast. I'm not going to name the name of the company. I find my brand is worth more than free advertisement. I'll tell you off stream the coffee brand that I'm trying out, but I feel that I need to start reeling things in when it comes to my brand and advertising other people's brands that not paying me, not giving me anything. Just because I find a lot of brands like to reach out and get things for free. So I'm not, I know, I'll tell you in Discord what I'm drinking. I just figured I kind of reel my stuff in. She'll have her own. When I was your age, I walked miles, right? In the snow, barefoot. By the way, Ra, I ask a million questions. Ra, I'm just trying to figure everything out with certain projects. There you go, Macabre. Ask away, research, right? Research. Knowledge is power. It really is power. Loki has a play date today and he's upstairs. I think he's upstairs with her. Not too sure. My rule is everyone gets one, then you got to pay. Yeah, I've already announced this coffee company on my on this show before. I just kind of figure I'm going to start reeling things in. I notice how much advertisement costs, how much money a brand should make. And yeah, I think I just reel that in a little bit. But it is a dark roast. It is nice. It is bold. I really, really like it. Well, that sucks, Don. But all right, guys, we are going to dive into Coffee Chat of Horrors. I'm going to give you this is going to be a little bit different. During the trailer, I'm actually right before the trailer, I'm going to tell you something that the director and writer wanted for the logo of their opening, but was told no. I think that's going to be quite funny. Duct tape their mouth shut. We'll kiss the duct tape and then just put it on face with love, right? May seem like a strange question, but are you a fan of Twin Peaks? It's the coffee thing. Twin Peaks. You mean the show Twin Peaks? I watched it many, many moons ago when it first came out. I like dark roast coffee, but it doesn't like me. I'm a dark roast kind of gal. I love espresso. I drink my coffee black. So I like espresso, dark roasts. I like light roasts for like after supper kind of deal, like a dessert coffee. But I love my dark roast. I like bitter stuff, right? I don't like sour. I like bitter, like dark baker's chocolate. Love that shit. All right, let's get into CCH.
You like scary movies and coffee.
The following show is based on research on horror movies and what goes on behind the scenes of your favorite scary movies. HORDE Entertainment or ReAnimateHer is not responsible for the macabre and horror that you are about to witness. Viewer discretion is advised.
Haha, welcome back from that disclaimer. I love that disclaimer. Myself, that's my voice, and do you like coffee is my buddy Nerdy Hillbilly. He did that voice for me, and then I made that lovely little voice. Anyways, hi Diela, how are you? All right, good morning, Daywalkers. I am ReAnimateHer, your queen of horror, and this is Coffee Chat of Horrors, the only horror show that takes its coffee like it's magic, and that is black. Today's screams come from the warped mind of Alexandra Haja in High Tension, so ghouls, buckle up as we traverse the realms that nightmares are made of. High Tension was released in 2003, and it is a French horror. I'm not really sure how to pronounce the actual name of it. Haute Tension. That it's in French. Haute. And it is directed by Alexandre Aja, written by Alexandre Aja and Gregory Levasseur. This is, I believe, an underrated slasher film, and it's a slasher film. It's an underrated slasher film, I believe. And I've got quite a bit of fun stuff to share with you. I was reading several interviews. It's pronounced Haute tension. Yeah, that's weird. Anyways, I have a lot of fun information. I found an interview on several different platforms, and I was able to pull information from these interviews, which is way better than pulling off of anything else. Haute? I have no idea. It's French. I don't speak French. Have fun, golf. Have fun. Enjoy your lurk, Diella. I love the Twin Peaks fire walk with, oh, okay. Yeah, the show. I'm a huge fan of Twin Peaks. I started doing YouTube because of Twin Peaks season 3. Nice. I do. I have seen Twin Peaks. It's been a long time, though, since I've watched it. Or some pronounce it Haute tension. Okay, I can see that. I can definitely see that. The budget for this film is an estimation of $2.3 million, but gross worldwide box office is $6.2 million. So not too bad. We're going to go and dive into this trailer. And before I play this trailer for you, I'm going to give you a tiny little bit of information on this, on this logo. Okay. All right, so you see how this has a nice little lovely fairy on it, and it says Europa Corp, and there's a nice little fairy here. Right? Okay, so Alexandre and and Gregory asked if the logo could have the girl pop up, fly, and then have her head cut off, roll down into the water, and blood splatter everywhere up on the screen. That's what they wanted. All right, we're going to wait for this ad to go through on Twitch, and then we'll dive into it further. But, yeah, that's what they wanted. They wanted the fairy, whatever that is, to pop up, have her head cut off, roll into the water splash up a big splash of blood. And the production company said no. Which I thought was hilarious. I thought that was kind of cool. But others were like, no, not so much, bitch. Yeah, I'd probably say no too. I thought that would be awesome. I thought that would be cool. But that's me, right? I like that kind of stuff. And it's a horror movie. So what's better than a horror opening? We got 24 seconds over on Twitch side of things, and then we'll dive into the trailer for you. I don't know how I'd feel about my logo being decapitated. Even just for this one movie. I don't know. I didn't actually look into who owns Europa Corp. It did need more blood and gore, right? I think it would be cool. All right, welcome back from that Twitch ad, guys. Welcome back. All right, let's get back on track. Let's show you this trailer for High Tension. And that is High Tension. Now, of course, like with everything, there is an edited version. We are going to be discussing the unedited version. Now, the only couple of differences between the edited version and the unedited version of High Tension, and that was just really one kill. But I agree with you, Darkbreaker. That would have been pretty awesome. I thought it would have been pretty epic if that happened as well. I don't know. That's just me. It's a horror movie, right? Now, High Tension was shot in 36 days on a budget of $2.3 million. Worldwide box office was $6.2 million and shot in 36 days, which I thought that was pretty cool. What? Not even sure. The filming location sounds like to Brazil. Oh, it's French. There is an English version. Or the French version. The English version, I don't know if it's dubbed. It almost seems like it's dubbed, but not too sure. I used to have High Tension in my collection. The brother pilfered it. It's a good movie. I own it. I'm assuming the child was cut. No, the child was not cut. You did. Oh, spoiler alert. Okay, let's do this. Spoiler alert. I don't know which one that you guys watched, Diella, in the Discord, because I had to watch it on that platform, but the one that I own is unedited and the child gets shot in the back. Zach, how are you? Justin, my 15-year-old mind was not ready to deal with how insane this movie was. The beginning will never be topped. No, the beginning is insane. The beginning is definitely insane. Now, fans love and hate this movie. And you can kind of tell why. If you've seen High Tension, fans love and fans hate it because the story has so many holes and the plot is so holy. Like, it's more holier than Swiss cheese, which I get it. But if you come at it just looking at it as a horror movie, a slasher, it's a great slasher. Who cares if it actually makes any sense? Hello, Ace. How are you? We saw the approach, not the shot. Okay. Did you see it afterwards? Because you see the boy laying down in the field. You see the shot. You don't actually see the kid go down, but later on, you see as they scan over, the little boy is down on the ground. The ending is crazy. Yeah. Now remember, guys, this is Coffee Chat of Horrors. This movie's been out since 2003, so there will be spoilers. If you don't want it spoiled, sorry. But like I said, for $2.3 million, it was shot in 36 days. The filming locations were Romania near Bucharest, modified locations to resemble southern France. The isolated house was a repurposed mill. Yeah, and I thought that was pretty cool. Hi, DH. How are you? Okay, the killer's truck. So you guys remember the killer's truck, right? It was pretty creepy looking, old, dirty, nasty truck. The killer's truck is Citroën H, has a uniquely French appearance, and drawing a comparison to Duel and Jeepers Creepers. The director and writer of this movie are children. They were children, friends as children. So they grew up as best friends watching horror movies. And they were inspired by numerous films to create this. And I wonder if any of you actually picked out a couple of things from other films that are in this movie that were basically like an homage to these films. Hello, Donnie. How are you? I am good, my friend. Turkey Man 2 told me to check this out. I love horror. I'm glad you are doing this film. Well, welcome, DH. This show that I do on Sundays is every Sunday. It starts at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 1 p.m. Eastern, and it's called Coffee Chat of Horrors, and we deep dive into some of our favorite scary movies. This month, we are doing French horror, and we're speaking High Tension. So we do deep dive into this. Hello, Speedy Misha. How are you? We are going to see Werewolves in the theater this afternoon. Nice, Basement. I'm going to go see it probably when it comes out on VOD. Started that serial killer book. How are you liking it, Speedy? It's good, right? It's real good. Thank you, Justin Nicholson, for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for everyone who does subscribe to the channel. I do greatly appreciate it. Now let's see. Let's do another little image for you. Now, these images that you see here is created by Reaper 1923. He's my partner in crime when it comes to this. He does the images and I do the research. Audible is great, Speedy. Out Theater is showing every Christmas. Oh, interesting. Okay, so when you guys watch the movie, there's a lens flare at about 26 and 7 seconds into the movie, and that was a very happy accident. It created a silhouette of the killer, and that was not done on purpose. That was literally an accident. And it seemed pretty cool because I always thought that was part of how they wanted you to see the silhouette of the killer, but it wasn't. So I thought that was pretty sweet. A quick little rundown on the plot summary here. They are best friends, Marie and Alexia, plan a quiet weekend at Alexia's parents' secluded farmhouse. Their idyllic retreat spirals into an endless night of terror. Hi, Phil. How are you? How are you doing? And yeah, Tara is right. Tara is right. Now, the director's vision of this movie was a love story between Marie and Alexa. The night serves as a thematic location dictating the story's atmosphere. Who saw this as a love story? I love when that happens. While bad things can happen on horror sets, accidents create some of the late. Yes, they do, DH. They do. What I like is there's a film that we spoke about, a Japanese horror we discussed back in October. If you guys want to check out more of my Coffee Chat of Horrors, there is a full playlist of CCOH on YouTube. And in October, we spoke about J Horror One Cut of the Dead. And there was a scene where a splash of blood hit the camera. Again, that was a happy accident for that movie as well. Love the happy accidents. It is a one-sided, very one-sided love story, 100%. But that was the director's vision. The director's vision was to have a love story. And it was one-sided. And you can definitely tell that in the car when Marie and Alexa are driving. So Marie is sleeping in the back of the car. And this is a dream sequence here where she's dreaming. And then she wakes up and she pops up in the back seat and she jumps up in the front. And Alexia is talking about a boy that she had some, interaction with. And you can see the jealousy right off the bat in Marie. Just by the way she reacts. Now, I've seen this movie a million times, so there's tons of things that I see every time I watch it that I catch on to now. And I'm like, foreshadowing in here. There is a lot. If you've seen this movie more than once, you can actually pull out what's happening. Oh, wait, I think I went a little too far. Yeah. Now, Aja and Levasseur, who are the director and writer of this movie, they consulted with a coroner to ensure that the realistic blood effects. I thought it was really well done. The way the blood splatter happened, the way things like sprayed up on the screen, up on the lens. So it's really cool to see that they did their research to find out exactly how the blood would spray or gush out on somebody if it was sliced with this, cut with this, right? Yep, not easy finding a lot of the images. No, it isn't. Not for some small indie horror, right? Hi, Bon. Loving this great deep dive. So much detail that are missed through a simple watch. Oh, 100%, 100%. I love watching movies more than once because you on the first watch, you're usually just like in awe of what you're seeing on screen, that you miss so many other things. Whereas if you're watching it again, you're starting to pick out certain little things. You watch it again, you're picking out more little things. And I love deep diving these films. The screamiums will kill you. Fear Inferno, thank you so much for using your Prime Gaming and sacrificing your soul for 22 months. Mwah. Thank you, thank you. And I do this weekly. Yes, I do. I do this weekly. Mero, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for the follow. I do Coffee Chat of Horrors every Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. If you've missed any of my CCOH deep dives, you can check it out on my YouTube channel. There is an entire playlist and podcast for you to listen to. I do a lot of international and indie films. I really do not do mainstream horror just because everybody and their mother does mainstream horror. So I will. Oh, Bone Editor is also known as Bone Silverback. Nice, Bone. Gotcha. Everybody does Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, etc., etc. I prefer to do a lot of lesser known horror, and I like to do international horror because there's so much we just don't know. Now, the used furniture in the house. Okay, so there is used furniture to hide the old mill machinery in the set design. So a lot of this was shot in an abandoned mill in Bucharest. And you don't really get that vibe. You get it as it's an old country home, right? But it's not. It's a broken down mill where it's an old mill machinery that they utilized, and they turned it into what it looks like a farmhouse. They used a lot of used furniture to set everything up. And I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that at first when I first watched High Tension. But as I was reading more about it and diving into it and reading the interviews that they had with the director and the writer, I was like, that's pretty friggin' cool and what they can do with an empty mill. I appreciate when they research that stuff. While it's normal for horror to go over the top with kills, scars, effects, and body harm, not complaining. I feel you. I'm a gore whore. It's nice when it's believable and realistic. 100%. When they're creating a movie and they actually contact like a coroner or forensics and ask them questions on, if you cut someone like this, what is the kind of splatter you will see, what kind of blood comes protruding out. And I love the realistic side of things. I mean, I watch horror movies because half the time it's not realistic, but something like High Tension could actually happen. And it is a great slasher. It's an underrated slasher that I think a lot of people have not seen. This also came out during the time of the new French extreme movies, Martyrs, right? There's a ton of French extreme starting in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and this came out in 2003 at the height of French extreme movies. The only Hanukkah horror film I know of. True indie horror needs more love. This time of year, it's Christmas horror films, a lot of indie gems, and there should be some Hanukkah horror movies. I don't really know of any, but if you have any, let me know. I will love to check them out. Hey, Wickedy, how are you? Split personality, one being an inner killer, definitely can happen. Oh, 100%. She has mental health issues. They had to have consulted with a blood whisperer, blood splatter forensics, almost like Dexter, right? But they did. They consulted a coroner to find out about realistic blood. What does it look like when someone slices somebody open or stabs them? And there's some really amazing kills in this movie. If you watch the edited version of High Tension, you will miss out on the dad's death. The way the dad dies and the aerial view of his head being ripped off by a dresser. That's also one of the things that are in the taken out of the edited version. However, the kills in this movie are great. Now, this movie was modeled. So the modeled kills are after an iconic scene like the axe murder in The Shining and the bathroom scene in Maniac. So if you've ever seen The Shining or the Maniac, especially the Maniac remake, then you'd know the bathroom scene. And of course, she is running around with an axe, which is very reminiscent to The Shining, which, again, these are movies that the director and writer grew up watching. They were best friends. They grew up watching the 70s and 80s horror, and this helped inspire them to create this. As well as I got some other controversial stuff about this to tell you about as well. Nice, Wickedy. High Tension. How you remember this is that movie where the trucker is after the girl. Sort of, kind of. Did you watch it, Wickedy? Sort of, kind of. Yeah, it's not really the truck driver that's actually after the girl, but yeah, it's a really good movie also about mental health. If you didn't get that message, not taking care of mental health like schizophrenia and split personality disorder, bipolar, these things are real in life. A lot of people have them. If they go undiagnosed, not taken care of, something like this, well, not to this extreme, could happen. So it does have a pretty big message towards mental health. Now, here's some accidents turned into art. There is a blood splatter onto the camera during a key scene, which was unintentional, but it preserved the effect. The scene in the truck. That is another one where the blood comes squirting up. Now, again, a lot of these things are accidents that happen, which is really cool to see. The fake blood embedded in the camera. So there was so much blood in this movie, and the camera got hit unintentionally with a shit ton of blood. The fake blood embedded itself in the camera And when it was used on another production, it started oozing blood. That is how much blood hit this camera. That could you imagine filming another movie? Next thing you know, there's this blood oozing out of the camera. Like, what the fuck? And could you imagine if it was a family friendly film, right? You're filming like a family friendly Christmas movie or something. And then blood just starts like oozing out of it. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. The guy stomped into the oh yeah, with the dresser, right? Did you guys see the head decapitation scene with the dresser? Thursday night in Discord, we watch horror movies, and it's usually a horror movie that I'm going to deep dive. So I showcased High Tension this past Thursday. Unfortunately, I had to leave halfway through, so I didn't get to see which movie you guys were getting, the edited version or the unedited version. Yeah, the edited version is okay. You do miss a few things. People losing their shit over bleeding on the camera. This film is cursed, right? Just like with The Exorcist. It's hilarious. I was in high school. It was so many years ago. Yeah, I mean, shit, I graduated in '95. People always lose their shit though, right? And it would be cool to see, videotaping a movie. Next thing you know, blood comes out, the set comes crashing down. You can definitely say it's cursed. Now, there were some challenges that the director had in this film and had to reshoot. So, the throat cutting scene? So the mother is in the house and she's in the room. And Marie is hiding in the closet, and the closet's got like these slots in it. Okay. So she's hiding in the closet. The killer is in there. It's doing its thing. The woman comes into the room to go grab the phone, right? As she grabs the phone, the killer comes in and he grabs her, picks her up, and then just with a straight edge razor. And that scene is pretty graphic. You get to see the whole thing, and then he just like opens her neck up a bit. It's pretty graphic. It's beautiful. And then she's onto the ground, and all you can hear is movement and cutting and just moistness and grossness all mushing together. And then as the camera pans, she comes out. The body's all bloody on the ground. She's missing a hand. It's pretty cool. Then he got yes, he did. That he did, Tweedle. So in that part, well, let me finish this part. Anyway, that part had to be reshot because the guy who played the killer in the movie was afraid that he was putting too much pressure on the actress and didn't want the actress to be in too much discomfort. That's a pretty aggressive scene when you are only using a little, how much movie makeup are you using right here? And you got to figure out how much pressure you have to put on cutting someone's throat. You want to be careful, right? You don't want to actually hurt the actress or actor in that part. That was one of the things they had to reshoot. And yeah, the part where the father gets his head kicked into the slots on the staircase, and then they take the dresser, and that dresser is big and heavy. It's old. It looks like it's big and heavy, and they just come barreling through, and it literally cuts that head off, right off. Boom. Believe it or not, that scene was not an issue. That scene was easy. However, when this movie went to go into theatrical release, that was cut, and it was edited with a different view. Yeah, there's a few, and I'll tell you about those later on in here. Now, another issue that they had, which was a challenge, was finding a suitable location in post-communist Romania. So all the family homes that you would have seen in like France or even here in North America, a lot of those houses were destroyed, not around. And so when they went to go hunt for places to shoot on location, it was very difficult to find. That's why they settled on an old machinery mill, because one, it was abandoned. Two, they were able to see the vision of making it into a farmhouse, which the cornfield is right there. So it kind of, plays a nice role. It looks like it, right? How you doing, Rock Out? Good day. Happy Sunday. If you're just joining us, this is Coffee Chat of Horrors, where I deep dive into some of our favorite scary movies. Today, we are talking about French horror from 2003 called High Tension. It is an underrated slasher film that I think everybody needs to go and watch. Hello, Diablo. How are you? You were eating bacon. I don't blame you for being late and eating bacon. I mean, come on. Custos, darling. How are ya? Rhea, that you saw that guy from Slumber Party Massacre passed away? Yes, I did, Wickedy. Pretty sad, right? But it sucks. People are getting old, man. Imagine filming your wedding and blood comes out of the camera. That would be pretty awesome, though, in my world. No worry, guys, don't worry. You can, if you've missed anything on CCOH, you will be able to check out the VOD over on my YouTube channel. I have it on a playlist, so if you want to put that playlist on while you're working or writing or doing something, you can do so. I also have a podcast over on YouTube that has all of Coffee Chat of Horror in case you've missed any of them. But I do hope you guys are having a great Sunday, definitely, and I do appreciate you coming over here and hanging out. Like I said earlier, the director and the writer were best friends growing up, and they used some of their favorite movies in High Tension. So you guys, that big circular saw that Marie has, that big circular saw, and the saw mirrors the chase in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which they didn't use it as a regular chainsaw, it was a circular saw. And the whole chase literally mirrors the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So if you watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre and you see the chase scene with the chainsaw as the Leatherface is going through, that same scene is done in High Tension, but with a circular saw instead of a chainsaw. Which, again, I thought that was cool. The glass in Alexa's foot references The Hills Have Eyes. So if you've ever seen Wes Craven's Hills Has Eyes, you will see a scene that is directly to that as well, which I suggest you guys checking out. The remake is not bad either. Check out the original though. And the killer's design is loosely reflects a real life French serial killer by the name of Emile Louis. He was a pretty famous serial killer over in France. And so his design, his body, the way he's hulking and big, and an older looking gentleman, that whole thing was inspired by an actual serial killer in France. Now, while you're watching this movie, the guy has a jumper on, coveralls, right? Coveralls. And on the back of the coveralls, it says Aja and Ferreras. And that's a nod to the director, because the director's last name is Aja, Alexandre Aja. And on the back of his coveralls, you get to see that, especially when he turns around in the bedroom scene. I won't say who makes me think of. Wait, I won't say who he makes me think of. Who does he make you think of? But I thought that was really cool, some of the inspiration that we have here. Oh, and there it is. There's the big circular saw. Here's a little fun fact for you. The original title translates to both high tension and high voltage. So you will find this film under high voltage. You can find it under high tension. If you're in North America, you're going to find it as high tension and not high voltage. But you never know. You might actually find it under high voltage. But it had a couple of names. Enjoy your lurk, Gothic. Enjoy your lurk. Again, Europa declined Aja's request to have the decapitated logo, which I thought was pretty epic. Now, Felipe Nahon initially declined the role of the killer, but he was later convinced. So Felipe was known in France. We have an ad that's going to start here. So I'm going to hold on to that. If you're watching me on Twitch, I'm not going to go any further with our deep dive. We'll squirrel and we'll talk about other things. I just don't want anyone to miss out on any deep dive information. Now you can figure it out though. Okay. High voltage. But was there any electricity in the kill? No, I don't think so. But it translates from the French version into English that way, right? Cisco the Mule, welcome to the crypt. Thank you so much for the follow. Happy Sunday. In Britain, it's called Switchblade Romance. Yes, it is, Thinkle. Yes, it is. Switchblade Romance is exactly what it's called in other countries. I noticed that in my deep dive of checking out the writer and the director, when I do my CCOH, I don't just pull my stuff from like IMBD, because IMBD can be filled in by really anybody. So when I do my deep dives, I look for interviews with directors, interviews with the cast, and I try to find as much information on the interwebs as possible. And yeah, I found in my reading of one of the interviews with Alexandre was that it was also named Switchblade Romance. Ree, I heard that Exorcist 3 has the best jump scare ever. Could you debunk that for me? I think it does. I don't really. Exorcist 3 is good. I prefer The Exorcist over anything. IMDb is the Wikipedia of movies. Exactly. Anybody can fill in IMDb. So if you do things like I do and you like doing deep dives, do not pull from IMDb without researching those facts. High tension fits because, let's face it, being chased by a killer who's highly brutal feels like it's pretty high tension. Oh, frig, yeah, it does. Definitely. Okay, the ad break is happening right now. No, High Voltage is a piece of schlock with Amy Smart and Billy Zabka. Oh, but this is what it translates to. I'm not saying that this was the title, but that's what it translates to, right? I really enjoyed High Tension. Yes, like I said earlier, this film has a shit ton of plot holes. It's holier than Swiss cheese. However, if you look at it just as a slasher, it's a great movie. I know, like I said, fans are divided when it comes to High Tension. Some people love the movie, others hate the movie. There is no in between. I am one of those people who love the movie. I love it for what it is. It's a slasher. It doesn't really need to make a whole lot of sense to me, to be honest with you. Lots of slashers don't need to make a whole lot of sense. I just want to see the blood, guts, and ass on screen. And this movie gives you everything. Blood, guts, and ass all over the screen. So it hits my 3 requirements for a bloody good time. Check it out if you haven't seen it. But if you are squeamish, don't check it out because the kills are pretty outrageous. The kills are pretty awesome. Afterwards, we really had a problem with the killer's truck. Where did it come from? How did it get driven there? These are the questions I need answers to. So, yes, Diella, welcome back from that Twitch ad. So, okay, I have my own theories on where the truck came from. So you remember in the beginning of the movie where they're driving through a cornfield and Alexa gets out and she disappears and Marie is there? Could be that Marie stumbled upon this vehicle without us really seeing it. Could have stumbled upon this vehicle in the cornfield. There is no real backstory on how that vehicle got there. And I get that. But yeah, that truck was inspired by Jeepers Creepers and Duel. High Tension is a great mind. It is a great mind fuck. I agree with you, OG Chris. I do. I agree with you. How the hell are you? I love the movie for what it was, but it needed more kills. Wish he ran through a decently small town instead of a farm isolated from folks. True, but this was a love story of Marie, and we're watching the movie from the point of vision from Marie. She's already like in the head, and you're seeing this from a point of view. Now, of course, this is where fans get divided because Marie would not have seen the serial killer do dirty things with a head and then discard it out the window. Also, while we're talking about discarding a head out the window, doesn't that head look a lot like Alexa? So this could have been like a sex dream Marie was having where she was doing things with that head and then throws it out the window. Because remember, the killer, the male killer is Marie. She turns herself into this killer in her mind. And that's what I think what happened, especially with the truck as well. I am good. I can't complain, Chris. I can't complain. We are sitting here discussing High Tension things. I really love this film. I think it's a great film. It gives a new definition to giving head, right? But yeah, in this movie, you're supposed to see it from Marie's point of view, and you don't realize that when you first see this movie. When you first see this movie, you're just like, holy shit. Now, we do see the dream sequence in the beginning. And the dream sequence shows a lot of craziness that is going on there. And then Marie wakes up. But I also think the visual of the killer doing dirty things with the decapitated head, I think that was a sex dream she was having. This is my opinion. I'm not going to say it's fact. This is my opinion. It's what I got from it when I was watching it for like the millionth time. And so I do see that as a sex dream and not actually the point of view that she actually seen this, because technically she would not have seen this if it was coming from the point of view of Marie, where the rest of the story does come from the point of view of Marie, right? So there'd be almost impossible for her to see this serial killer. So I do believe it was a sex-related dream. And a sex dream theory makes sense, right? It does make sense because we've seen a dream sequence in the beginning. And then later on, you do see this other sequence of a man in a truck that he's really disgusting looking, and he's doing some things, and then the head goes out. But if you look at the head, when it gets flung out of the window, the head is sitting on the ground. If you take a look at that head, that looks like Alexa's head, because you see that in the truck. When she's in the back of the truck, she's already tied up, she's banged up, she's bleeding from the nose, the makeup is running. If you take a look at that head and the head that went flying out, that's how I came to as it's a sex dream, because she's in love with Alexa. She's in love with her. And so her friend is not reciprocating that feeling. And that's where I came up with the thought that it's a sex dream. Sex dreams never really mean their scenes mean actual sex. No, but in this one, I do believe that's what it was. Right. And she then goes to the farmhouse with Alexa. And since I can't have Alexa, no one's going to have her. And basically annihilates her entire family and almost annihilates Alexa herself. This is where the love turns into an infatuation, which turns into a whole other realm of just not, loving somebody. Now I want to see a behind the scenes showing the head prop, see it in detail. I don't know if you'll be able to. Oh gosh, I finally set up my Twitch to work on my computer instead of my micro-sized phone. I didn't realize you were Purdy. Hi, I was just listening in because it was entertaining. How are you, Diablo? I'm glad you got it on a bigger scene. It's better to watch Twitch or anything like YouTube on a actual screen than a phone. In a way, I think that her break was triggered by Alexa going off with that other guy and disappearing on her. Oh, 100%. You've seen it in the car, right? You've seen it in the car. You see her snap right when she gets into the front seat. Alexa's talking about that boy and she disappears and she got her thing on with him. And you can see the look and the feel of Marie in the front seat of the car when she does. You see the jealousy kick in. And maybe this was a whole thing that triggered her mental health issue off. She obviously has an undiagnosed mental health issue. And we see that throughout the film, especially as you get later on in the film. And that could have triggered that, infatuation that she has, could have triggered that snap in reality. And now she becomes this man and as this killer, and going into the family, if I can't have you kind of deal, no one can have you. And it really sits in. It really feels like that as you watch it. At first, when you're watching this movie, you have no idea. You honestly think it's you think it's that guy that I have right here. You think it's him, but that him is really her. Crazy. But she had to have mental health issues. Oh, of course, Tweedle. This doesn't just happen. She, like I said, undiagnosed mental health issues. And this doesn't show Marie's past. We really don't get to see anything about Marie's backstory. We just get to see what we see in this movie. But it's kind of obvious she has undiagnosed, unmedicated mental health issue. High Tension is a female version of Psycho. Not really Psycho per se, because Psycho had mommy issues, right? Norman Bates had mommy issues. This is a different thing. This is more of infatuation, love, not with a parent though. Yeah, I'm really embarrassed that I didn't figure it out until we came to see the video cam footage from the convenience store. They did a really good job in hiding that, though, Diella. You really can't be embarrassed about that. They did a really good job in hiding who the actual killer was, even from the beginning, because she's sitting there, you know, diddling the kitty. And next thing you know, she hears all this stuff and she's looking out the window. And as she's looking out the window, the father goes to the door to open up the door. And then the next thing you know, you see the killer come up, and then dad's all bloody because he got sliced in the face. Right. And then it just kicks off from there. That added to it added to the shock value. They tried to throw the viewer off. Yes, 100%. They definitely did. And when it was all revealed, you're like, oh shit. Right. I know everybody was. I doubt there was a lot of people who caught on that it was her as the killer, because the way they did it so well, they hid that twist from you. Speaking of that, do you think the movie gives off prequel status? Like maybe she snapped before at a younger age. Could be. This movie is open to a sequel because she is in a hospital at the end, right? She's in a mental institution, and you do see Alexa. I think Alexa still had something for her, because at the end, you see Alexa touch the glass that she is on, right? That she sees Marie in. Marie is handcuffed in a medical gown in what I'm going to say is an asylum. And she puts her hand up. So I think there is something there, maybe not as on the level of infatuation, but I don't know. It does leave an opening in my world. It does leave a little bit of an opening, right? Here, let's see. Allegedly, okay, so here's some controversy. Yeah, I really don't know why Alexa even went there. If that happened to me, I would never want to see that bitch again, right? She murdered her entire family. And would anyone want to see a prequel? It's a possibility. I'd love a sequel too if it's done right. It has to be done correctly in order to, yeah, I would agree with you, Chris, 100%. Now, here's the controversy with this film. You guys know who the author Dean Koontz is, right? He's a well-known author, well-known horror author. Okay, so the alleged similarities to Dean Koontz's novel Intensity. Now, Koontz declined any legal action. He did not want to pursue legal action because he did not want to be associated with this film in any way, shape, or form. He says, describing the film as a pure an intellectual bankrupt. He thought this was disgusting. He thought the film was gross. He thought the director and the writer were gross. He didn't want his name anywhere near, or his book near this movie. But technically, the first hour of this film is literally Intensity. Literally. If you ever read Dean Koontz's Intensity, it's literally the first hour is his book. 100% plagiarism. But they also say the reason why they put that truck driver there is to break up the plagiarism. Super prolific grader too. He's written like hundreds of books. Oh, well, he is an amazing writer. He's huge, right? Yeah, everybody knows who DK is. The only two moments in the movie where you could, although it's highly unlikely, figure it out is when the mother says to her, pourquoi? Or when she progressively escapes the bathroom more and more gingerly as she smiles all the way out. Oh yeah, you could but I doubt it. And another thing is Alexa. Okay, so in the house, let's roll back a little bit. In the house where Alexa is tied up, she's tied up by her arms and feet in the bedroom and she's gagged, right? Now with that, Marie comes in. Alexa doesn't freak out. Alexa is not like, oh my God, trying to back away. So that there also shows you that Marie is trying to save Alexa. Alexa doesn't react to Marie. She doesn't react to Marie too much in the truck either. If you notice that the only time she really does a full reaction to Marie is when Marie is trying to get her out, and she gets out and she starts running away from her, right? You don't really see the reaction of, oh my God, get away from me. Don't try to kill me in the beginning at all, even in the bedroom when she's tied up. Hello, Rainier. How are you? It sounds like Mr. Koontz missed the finer points of the film. Yeah. Like I said, there is controversy with this film, but Dean Koontz wanted nothing to do with it. He didn't want his name attached to it. Even on Dean Koontz's website, he has a blurb to this, and he says it's grotesque, it's disgusting. He doesn't want anything to do with it. That's why he never put a lawsuit in. I am fabulous, Rainey. I'm fabulous. I can't complain. We are just discussing high tension. Oh my goodness. I'm almost on time, guys. Almost on time, even with all the scrolling. So in closing, High Tension stands as a visually intense and controversial homage to the classic horror, packed with nods to iconic films and visceral storytelling. Despite its gritty narrative, the film's production is a tale of passion and creativity, which I am definitely going to have to agree with here. I just think it was very well done leading up to the reveal at the end, had you questioning the whole entire movie. Oh, 100% it did. 100%, Chris. I honestly believe, like I said, I don't really think anybody realized she was the killer ahead of time. They did such a good job in hiding all of that. And you know, usually when someone is a victim and they're tied up and the killer has done all this horrific stuff to your body, tied you up and all made you bleed. If that killer comes back in the room, you're going to flinch, right? You're going to move back. Alexa did not do that, especially when Marie came into the bedroom. After Marie was done with the family, she comes in and Alexa does not flinch. She does not move back. She does not react. And that there kind of shows you, again, possibly Marie is the hero. However, she isn't. And we get to find that out later on, especially when the video comes of the store clerk. I used to mix up contortionist and extortionist. That could easily be the bloody girl plus girl kiss. Yeah. I mean, again, Alexa gave you no inclination whatsoever that Marie was the killer. None. You can rewatch that movie again, and there is nothing that she gives an inkling to that she is the killer throughout the whole film. At the end, like towards the middle where they're in the bedroom, and then again in the back of the truck. And then when Marie gives Alexa the knife, you see she gives Alexa the knife and tells Alexa, this is just in case I don't come back. And then she gets out and she goes off and does her thing, where she kills Jimmy, poor Jimmy. But again, that scene there, she gives no inclination that Marie is the killer. Not one. She gave her a knife. She was still able to move her hands around, and she didn't. She gave no inclination to the fact that Maria is the killer. We don't really technically see that until much later. A little bit later, I should say, not much later. But yes, we are getting to the end of actual Coffee Chat of Horrors. And I want to thank you all for creeping it real with me this weekend. My gory ghouly friends, mark your calendars for next Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time as we delve into Infested from 2023, a chilling French horror that will have you squirming in your seats. Until then, keep your cauldrons bubbling, your nightmares brewing, and remember, you can't spell slaughter without laughter. Stay sinister, and I will see you in the shadows. If you're over on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know down below, did you think High Tension was a good film? Let's go in there. Oh, thank you, Diablo. Thank you so much. Look at that. Fantastic. See you next time. Yeah, we still have a little bit of time. So usually I end CCOH there, and then I come back to our just chatting scene, and we sit and chit chat until the timer runs out. Hello, Serial. Thank you. Of course. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Definitely check out the movie High Tension. It is fun. There is a good message about mental health. There's a lot to see in this film. And next Sunday, we're going to be discussing Infested. I wanted to do a newer French horror movie. I feel Infested is highly underrated. And it is unsettling. It also has a really good message about the what's considered undesirables and how they're taken care of in an emergency or in a pandemic. It has a really good message in it as well. And we're going to be watching Infested in the Discord Thursday evening at, well, hopefully 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And we can, yeah, infested. Just think about the infested. Infested is a more serious horror arachnophobia. All right. Where Arachnophobia, the movie with John Goodman, I love, was considered a dark comedy. Infested is, I'm going to tell you right now, is about fucking spiders. Okay. And it is intense. And it shows the tier system between the wealthy and the not so wealthy. And it's really got a good message to it. It's got some good information to it. There's a good message politically as well, which you don't really get to see. I love it when a film, like a lot of horror, can be political without shoving it down your throat. Only well-made horror movies can do this without making it feel political. Infested does an amazing, amazing job. And I'm really excited to share with the stuff that I found. I'm still putting the tweaks on Infested, the information that I have, but I'm excited to share that with you. And that'll be next Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, right wherever you're watching. If you're watching me on YouTube, Twitch, Soup, or on X, it'll be here. I'm like Frank's Red Hot Sauce. I put that shit on everything. My content. Yeah, it would be a nightmare for people with arachnophobia. 100%. I don't mind spiders anymore. However, arachnophobia really messed me up. I still check my slippers and shoes to this day. Arachnophobia is I love John Goodman, man. Do you guys have a horror book you'd recommend? I am doing a narration workshop this week, and I need to select 3 pages to read a group of voice acting coaches. I might. Okay, Ra, your fam needs to make their own plans. Thursday, wings need to be brought to you. Right? No more interruptions. I hate missing movie night with you guys. I love my movie nights. 8-Legged Freaks, that's fun. Yeah, that's fun. That's kind of crazy. That's a good comedy. I will not be watching the new Spider movie. Infested, do you have arachnophobia? Rhea, I can't find Campfire Tales anywhere. Yeah, I don't know where you would be able to find it. I always want to know what the lady whispers to the other lady at the end of Martyrs. Martyrs is one that I'd like to deep dive as well. It's another great French horror movie that made me fucking mad. A whole week away. Yeah, a whole week away, that it is. 8-Legged Freaks was cool. Yeah, it's a fun movie. I keep missing Horde movie nights. I know you do. Speaking of horror books, I need a Goosebumps for adults. Ooh. So I have a couple of horror books that you could actually read to somebody. I don't know if you can get your hands on them, Diablo. But I really like... There's a few. Now, I mean, I really like Glamour Ghoul. This is a biography of Amila Nurmi. She was a vampira. And then there's another book. It's Gothic Dreams Cult Horror. It's a dark fantasy horror and supernatural movies. It basically it just goes into horror. It's more of an education on horror, right? Where you have things in here like They Won't Stay Dead, an introduction into cult horror, Bad Faith, demons, delivery, and perverted religion. Something Wicked This Way Comes, Spirits and Supernatural, Madness and Mayhem, Psychos, Slashers, and Assorted Murderers, Weird Science, Aliens, Infection, and Body Horror. I love learning about horror. This is one of my other favorite books. If anyone is actually interested in getting this book, it is a good book to learn about horror. There's also... We've got quite a few fun horror cookbooks, but you probably don't want to read that to your people about voiceovers. Movie night tonight is the OG Slumber Party Massacre. Nice. So Darkbreaker also hosts movie night every Sunday afternoon in the Discord. If you are in the Discord and want the movie roll, please just tag myself or a Crypt Keeper, and we will give you the movie roll. Anyone is welcome to turn on a movie in the Discord. We, again, watch them Thursday nights and Sunday afternoons. This is another really good cookbook besides my cannibal cookbook. This one is Death for Dinner. 6 gory good plant-based drinks, meals, and munchies inspired by our favorite horror films. Dahi and Klepto got me this one a couple of Christmases ago. And yeah, you have like the imagery in the book is pretty cool. and it has full on cookbook. And then most like about the afterlife. Keep doubting is what she whispers. Keep doubting. Keep doubting is what she whispers, Chloe. Most likely talking about there being no afterlife. Yeah, possibly. I love Martyrs. I think it's a good movie. And we're going to deep dive it. We have the Ouija board pea soup. We have the Killer Clown caviar. We have Fred's Burgers, inspired by Nightmare on Elm Street. Right? And it sounds delicious. Olive oil burger. You can make a vamp paste, which is on page 128. You get your bun, cheese sauce, sweet onion jam, barbecue sauce, minced roasted red peppers, and a little bit of spice if you like spice. But this cookbook is great. I have made stuff out of this cookbook. I have not watched Killer Cakes yet. I don't know if you've ever been asked this because, it's been a while since I popped in your stream and whatnot. Have you watched the 3 seasons on Shudder called The Cursed Films? I have watched season 1. I haven't done season 2 or 3. I'm usually pretty busy, so I like to watch these things when I'm working from home, which now I only work from home on Mondays. So my movie watching and documentary watching has slowed down a bit. But I have seen Cursed Films. Cursed Films is good. There's also another one, 101. Oh, damn it. Eli Roth did one as well, besides the Cursed Films. And then there's a documentary with 101 horror movies. That's another good one. It's an old one. Sir Christopher Lee is the host of that one. It was a TV series, which they turned into a full-length movie. If anyone wants to watch that as well. The one with Eli Roth did besides that is the history of horror. That's it. History of horror. Yes. The first episode was so cool. Yeah. I enjoy those kind of things. I enjoy documentaries on horror. I love reading about horror. 101 horror movies you need to see before you die. No, it's 101 horror movies. Yeah. It's a documentary done with Sir Christopher Lee. Yeah. And it's really good. I didn't mind the Submersive with Megan Fox on Netflix. Submersive? I don't think I've seen that. I'm not a huge Megan Fox fan. So usually I kind of dismiss those movies. But Jennifer's Body was a good movie. I do have a couple of movies on my watch list that I need to check out. I also need to check out on Shudder the Haunted season. I don't know if anybody has seen that. It's over on Shudder. Ra has seen 95 of those macabre. Right? We're going to see Werewolves movie this afternoon. Might be bad, might be decent. I hope it's good. I love werewolf films, and I do hope it's a good movie. Just came out. She's like a Megan. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no idea. No idea. But what time is it? Let's see. What time is it? Oh, we've got 4 minutes. Oh, you guys know I'm learning sign language, right? This is what I've learned so far. Oh, I'm so excited. So my grandbaby is learning sign language. It helps her speak. She has a pretty bad speech impediment right now. So my daughter has been teaching her sign language so she can talk better. So when she's talking, we can kind of understand what she's saying. So she's been learning sign language. And so we have been learning it as well. And so I'm using an app to learn. But we do have an ad break. I think I'm going to snooze the ad break. Like Megan mixed with the hand that rocks the cradle. Oh, I like the hand that rocks their cradle. My first language was sign language. Nice. Speech. Yeah, it's a pretty bad speech impediment. It's kind of hard to understand what she's saying. So my daughter started teaching her sign language. Just so it's easier for her to speak. We're hoping once she gets school age, because she's only 4 years old, once she gets to school, they'll be able to put her into speech therapy classes, which will then help. It doesn't help that she has no front teeth. I just watched Slumber Party Massacre remake. It was okay. Yeah, the remake is all right. So this is what I've learned. Hello, welcome, come, sign. Then yes, no, sorry. I'm learning a little slow. Learning. Oh, how? So there's a few different ways to say how, and how. Depending on who you're speaking with, they might say how differently, but you're supposed to be like, how? What about thank you? Thank you. Thank you. So your hand is here, thank you. Deaf, hearing. So if you can ask somebody, you deaf, or you hearing. Ra already knew some sign language. Exactly. I knew eat, shit, and die. That one I know. I was taught that one a long time ago. But, oh, this is fine. So fine. Hand is like this. Fine. So we're learning slowly. I'm hoping to be able to use sign in chat so I can practice. It's kind of random, but my friends are doing a survey. Have you ever hit a guy in the balls? Michaela, yes, let me just think here. Have I ever kicked a guy in the testicles? I want to say probably, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it would have been in my younger years, and that was like a long time ago. That was like 40 years ago. Has anybody kicked a guy in the balls here? Raise your hand. I'm fluent in sign language, but I only say one thing in it. Yeah, I know you say one thing in it. Like play wrestling or what? Ooh. I don't know, Michaela. That's a good question, guys. I don't remember if I ever have. I know my dog Loki does it all the time to Heavy. I only know the rude signs. Keep sharing what you learn, please. It would be a cool lesson. Okay, yeah, I will. I will definitely keep sharing what I learn. Like I said, fine. I have kicked someone in the balls. You have fear? Diella has, Don has. So there you go. They've kicked people in the dick. They learn not to fuck with me again. 100%. Mischief Maker has. I've also been kicked in the balls. Oh, that's gotta hurt, man. I see what Heavy goes through when Loki crushes his balls. I haven't been kicked, but I got hit with a pillow right there with full force. Yeah, I'm sure if the wind blows the wrong way too hard and your balls get hit with it, it would hurt. You guys are sensitive. I learned some sign language from the movie Miracle Worker with Patty Duke, my favorite black and white movie. That's awesome, Rochambeau, right? They float up into your throat. I don't have a set, but I've seen what Heavy goes through, and yeah, like Loki gets him good. Loki's 70 pounds. Loki comes running and then like jumps on the bed, like jumps on Heavy, and oh, there's been plenty of times Heavy has gotten like he's been like nauseous. Wait, who's Heavy and Loki, and why are they crushing each other's nuts? Michaela, Loki is my American Staffordshire Bull Terrier mix, and Heavy is my husband. And Heavy will sit down on the couch, and Loki in all his fucking 70-pound glory will come bouncing, wham! And oh my God, I think Heavy gave himself a concussion a couple of weeks back because he was sitting down, and Loki came and literally like, he got him good. Heavy slams his head into the back of the head into the wall behind him. It was pretty fucking bad. And I felt bad for him. And I'm like, you got to wear a cup, babe. You got to like put something over those to protect the family jewels. Yeah, and never drop from a climbing rope with a knot. Ooh, yeah, Diella. And I have been kicked so hard before I have pissed blood for a day. Oh, my Lord. We're going to snooze this ad as well. That hurt, bitch. There he is. There's Heavy. Hey, stay tapping. How are you, darling? I know it hurt. I feel bad for your balls. So does Loki like headbutt him or what? Loki does do some headbutts. He definitely does. I hope you didn't kick the chef's chocolate salty balls from South Park. Oh no, I still have that playing in here. We actually have, you know what? Hold on. Let me see. Let me turn the sound on here. We love balls in here. I'm going to tell you that right now. Shorzy. We have a couple of commands for balls.
Give your balls a tug, you tit fucker. Shorzy.
Yeah. How long did your jewels hurt for? Yeah, that would probably hurt for a while. I'm saying when Loki hits his balls, it is like a headbutt. Oh, probably. I have no idea what it... We love the balls here. I like... I'm not going to say what I was just going to say. But Loki headbutts too, though. Michaela 6901, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for the follow. He does headbutt. Loki headbutts. But yeah, he destroys testicles. Like, don't sit down on my couch. Loki will fuck those balls up. Is the of his show Mr. Bucket, right? Mascot of his show. But on a good day, when I'm not doing Coffee Chat of Horrors, you can do the balls command.
No one can resist my sweaty balls.
You can hear all about the balls. Just as long as Loki doesn't bite down on them balls. Loki, okay, so what Loki does to Heavy and I when he's chewing on a bone or a chew, he likes to chew on top of our laps. And he's a huge dog. He's 70 pounds. So he'll chew on my lap and and every now and again, he'll nick like your thigh when he's chewing. I'm like, don't ever let him chew on your lap because he may just accidentally like chew, you know. I'm saying when Loki hits his balls, I don't know. How about squirrel nuts, right? I took a tether ball to the balls when I was 10. Oh, that's gotta suck. Can we see Loki? Yeah, you can. I wonder. Yeah, you can. You know what? I'll bring him down Monday night. I have a bigger screen then. Because I'll be on my gaming scene and not Coffee Chat of Horrors. And then I'll bring Loki down and you can see his adorable ass. He's cute. I tell him all the time he's lucky, he's adorable. Yeah. They usually cut the... Oh, yeah, they do, Don. I love dogs as well. And Loki is... He's cute. He's cute. He'll be 7 months. He's 7 months today. Loki is 7 months today. Yeah, he's a beast. I probably do it Monday night. Better to see him because my camera is bigger then, right? It's a bigger camera. I will give him some head pats, Darkbreaker. We used to aim for the balls in dodgeball. Ooh, why would you aim for balls? Okay, so I'm wrestling a guy. Is it fair to go for the balls? Technically, no, Michaela. It wouldn't be. That would be dirty. I think that would be considered dirty. But honestly, just like if you just go like this to them, they'd probably hurt them. He's like, no. It's my brother's birthday today too. Happy born day in heaven, brother Tweedle. That would be foul play. Yeah, that would be a dirty move. I think you'd want to do up front. It's called dodge ball. Dodging those balls. I'm saying, what about like legit high school wrestling versus play wrestling? Oh, I think the balls are off limits. I don't really know. I've never wrestled before. No. No one wants a fat lip down there. Nobody. And it hurts when you land on a roller skate because that shit hurts. I think it hurts for both men and women, guys. Like, I mean, the vajayjay really can take a pounding regardless. However, it still fucking hurts. Taco touchdowns. You can call it whatever you like.
Your insides look like.
I think the ref will see it. I think the ref would see it, to be honest with you. But okay, guys, on that note, it is that time. I don't want to hold you up any longer on your Sunday. Monday night, we'll be live again right here at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. We're going to speak to a game dev for an indie game, Don't Fret. That's going to be about an hour, and then we're going to dive into Haunted Halloween. So if you have Haunted Halloween, I want to play that game a bit more. I want to dive into it and check it out. Let's head to our credits. You got away with a grab and squeeze? Grab and squeeze. Thank you for being here. Bye, Rainy. Have a good one. Thank you guys so very much for coming in and hanging out with me on your Sunday on Coffee Chat of Horrors. I really do hope you enjoyed my deep dive into French horror 2003 High Tension. Next Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, we're going to dive into a brand new horror film from 2023, Infested. Yeah, it's a creepy crawler one. So we are definitely going to be diving into that next Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. If you've missed any of my show on Coffee Chat of Horrors, you can head on over to my YouTube channel and check it out there. We have a podcast lineup as well as a playlist of every Coffee Chat, well, almost every Coffee Chat of Horrors I have done. A few months ago, we did J-horror, and then we did Indonesian, Taiwanese, a lot of great horror conversation. Thank you, Diablo, for using a message effect as well. Thank you for all the follows today. Fear Infernal, thank you for your 22-month resub with your Prime Gaming. Much appreciated, much appreciated. Monday night, again, we will be live. We'll be live on Twitch and on Soup and on X for Don't Fret. If you guys want to come and check it out, stay tapping. Have a great day. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here and hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate it. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and I will slash you all later. Bye.